Shalom. Call Limelight Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone who rule and teach well. And sincere shalom to the 144,001 So it's been more in more recent talks about this mpox, the monkeypox. Call it mpox for now. It's been declared yet again a global international health emergency. This could just be another scare tactic of the Edomites, or this could lead to a massive pestilence on the level, if not dwarfing the level, of the C-19. Of course, in my opinion, as a man, I do not believe something like this could reach that level because it's spread through skin-to-skin contact, and it's mainly transmitted by alphabet lifestyle men. When you look at major pandemics, right, major plagues, pestilences, they're airborne, right? They move through the air. You inhale them, you see? People exhale them, people inhale them. That's typically how something will cause a major lockdown collapse. And you know this, I've been seeing a lot of Israelites, man. I follow on social media, spreading this fake, be honest, man, excuse my French, fake ass fucking information. You got Israelites out here, and they just be on some bullshit, man. You spreading fake information. You just see some, you repost it, and you're like, fuck it. I don't care if this is real. I'm just posting this information. You spreading fake misinformation, man. The fuck is wrong with you? You need to make sure you getting credible information before you start spreading it. All right. Now, of course, one thing here or there, it's all right. We're men. We're not perfect in that regard. Of course, the elect are perfect in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. But you out here blatantly, consistently dropping fake information. I have to unfollow all them dudes, man. Some of them probably women too, on Instagram. Just on bullshit. They ain't making no edifying videos. Most of them aren't. They don't got no YouTube channel, other channel making videos. They just reposting bullshit, man. But let's go into some actual, credible information about what's going on with this mpox. Let's get this right here. Why is mpox an emergency again, right? Because this was already, I believe this goes back to 2022. And how worried should we be? And it's not a coincidence that as soon as they declared the international emergency, you had, I think it was Spain, or no, California, Pakistan, and I think Spain come out say they had cases. Germany, Slovakia, it was Germany. Germany said they had 33 cases or some malarkey like that. And Pakistan said they had 2 or 3, and it's found in wastewater in California. The day after, they said it was an international emergency. So this is what Esau is all about. What is mpox? It's a viral infection that causes flu-like symptoms and pus-filled lesions. And while usually mild, it can kill children, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems, such as those with HIV, are all at a higher risk of complications. WHO declared the recent outbreak of the disease a public health emergency after a new offshoot of the mpox virus, first identified in Congo, began spreading to other neighboring countries. Mpox transmits through close physical contact, including sexual contact, but there's no evidence that it spreads easily through the air. You see, if this goes airborne, then yes, we could see, because they say it has a 10% mortality rate. Yeah, this could bring in new lockdowns and really just collapse society as a whole, man. Or just bring in a closer ushering to the MOTB. What is a global health emergency? A public health emergency of international concern, or PHEIC, is the WHO's highest form of alert. It is announced when diseases are spread to new or unusual ways and is aimed to galvanizing international cooperation and funding to tackle an outbreak. So this is what's going on. This was declared a couple days ago, 2-3 days ago. Let's get another one. Something more recent. EU public health body raises. Looks like I can't click that one without paying or registering for free. I don't feel like registering, so let's back out of that. And while I'm doing that, let's get this right here. Because there will be pestilences, man. It's not going to just be one big bad virus. It's going to be multiple. Because that's what the Heavenly Father is bringing upon this earth. This is St. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation. And this is Yahushua talking about the end. And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So this is all a part of this indignation of the Heavenly Father. 2nd Esdras 15:49. And I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence. Pestilence goes into diseases. And like the Heavenly Father did to Egypt, brought what? Pestilence. I think he had, what was it? I forget exactly what it was, but it was some type of lesion on the body, right? A wart, bruise, sores. It was something. So he plagued Egypt with pestilence, and he's going to do it again. And the whole earth is going to be on a grandiose scale. And nobody's going to be able to stop this, because this is the judgment of the Heavenly Father. Countries with confirmed, looks like I reached my daily limit of articles. I may have to sign up on this. Definitely. I didn't even know they had that. That must be a new thing for this app. Let's go into the scriptures. First Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So the things that are going to come are going to catch people off guard. This mass, it's going to be, the overwhelming majority of people are going to die. Let me repeat myself. The overwhelming majority of people are going to die. Let's prove that point. Not just running at the mouth. My opinion, this is facts from the Heavenly Father himself. This is 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. Verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. So you got, they say 8 billion people. 8 billion people on the earth. So that's what? A guaranteed 4 billion dead right there. I mean, of course, it's going to be more than that. A wave compared to a drop. So it's going to be more than 50%. We talking 80, 90% of people just mass die off. You had the Georgia Guidestones destroyed a few moons back. 2022? Right? 2022 or 2021, the Georgia Guidestones were destroyed. They said they want to maintain humanity at 500 million people. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Esau wants to wipe out 7.5 billion people, according to their statistics of how many people are on the earth. Right? They could just be just lying about that. But let's just go. Let's just roll with it, right? Going to the enemies of all things. Let's get that. That's one of the curses right there. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which Yahweh shall send against thee, the Edomites, and in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things, right? You got to pay your bills. This tablet. Now, of course, through understanding, we know Jake created the overwhelming majority of these things. The colored monitors, the cell phone, what was it? The water heater, the laundry. Jake created all those things, but guess who mass produced them? Guess who's making the profit from them, from people using them? Esau, man. The Edomites. So-called white man. You see? We got to go to this devil for almost anything. Of course, we don't have to go to these devils for the truth, because that's directly from the Heavenly Father, the Rakak Wadash. All right? With Yahweh Shah being that mediator. Now let's get this right here. Cause you still got these elections. They saying elections not gonna be. Come on, man. You can't. You got to be careful who you getting information from. That's one thing I'm gonna say, because you got people out here just running their mouth, not proving themselves. They just speaking on some shit, right? Salahia for the foul language in this English tongue, you see. But these people out here, they're not proving themselves. They're just, at that point, they're just yapping. No facts, no evidence. They just say one thing, repost it. And you saying prepare yourself. I mean, yeah, you should be prepared regardless, right? Spiritually speaking, of course, if you got some shekels, you can buy some stuff. Nothing wrong with that. But to act like what you're doing is right is malarkey. You're not on point. This is 2 Ezra 16:39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. What are these plagues? All right, pestilence, famine, death, destruction. People out here going to be ravished. I was just looking at them scenes from Cyborg 1989, I believe, is the year that movie came out. You had a scene, they were pirates. And now they weren't pirates in the sense of like Pirates of the Caribbean or Esau during his crusades on the earth. They were just marauders, so to speak, right? Just apocalyptic marauders who had boats. And they pushed up on these people on the shoreline. They was chopping them up. They was curing the meat. You see what I'm saying? They was curing the meat like they a lamb, like they a roe, right? A deer, beef, cannibalism. They was preparing the meat. They was one dude, he was protecting a woman, probably his woman, and the leader of the group broke his arm, messed him up real bad. And then he got a stick and shoved it down his throat, man. His body at that point. He put a stick from his mouth all the way through his body like he was getting impaled. That's being ravished right there. And that's what's coming upon this earth. That's one of them plagues. Let's keep reading 2 Ezra 16. Verse 40. O my people, hear my word. And this is talking about the elect. Make ye you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So it's gonna come a point in time. Everybody's lot is different, but it's gonna come a point where in Jacob's trouble, because this is just going to Jacob's trouble. It's gonna come a point where you're gonna be on the move, because when you go into the word of pilgrim, it means somebody that's seeking something out, basically a nomad, a spiritual nomad, so to speak. That's what a pilgrim means. So the elect are going to be moving around. You'll be here for a couple weeks, couple days, and you bounce. You there for a couple weeks, days, and then you bounce. You bouncing back and forth, until your time is up, right? Whatever your lot is comes to that completion. You see? Now let's get this right here. I think it was Ezekiel. Ezekiel. I think the 7th chapter. Let me see. Yep. Ezekiel 7 and 5th verse 15. So this is Ezekiel the 7th chapter and verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. So humanity, since who knows when this became a thing, but it's been around for thousands of years. People live in 3 different ways. You have urban, suburban, and rural. RURAL, rural. You may have not understood what I was saying. That's why I spelled it out. So urban, think of like a New York City, downtown areas. That would be considered urban. City, real deal city life. A lot of concrete, a lot of lights, not a lot of plants. You see? Not a lot of animals. The occasional animals is pigeons and rats, maybe a raccoon. Depending on what country you live in, like UK got a lot of foxes in their rural areas. Urban areas. And then suburban would be, a lot of people understand the suburbs, right? Suburbs, right? Houses, a lot more houses. Things are a tad bit more spread out than urban. A little bit more plants, a little bit more wildlife. Less buildings clammed together. The streets are a bit bigger, wider, more space. That's the suburban. And then you have rural. So rural is typically country life. It's a lot of land, dense miles and miles of forest. People's houses are typically spread out. You may have communities here and there, super small towns where it's like 3,000-4,000 people in the whole town, and it's a rural type environment. That's a rural area. So what the scriptures is going into is that in the field, that's the rural areas. Okay? And he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. So the city will be the suburbs and the urban areas. So when you look at history, because this is nothing new, it's just going to be on a catastrophic level now. What happens in these city environments, they typically depend on food. People, truckers bring in the food. And since everything is so close together and bodies are just going to pile up and animals are going to, it's going to spread diseases. So you're going to be more susceptible to getting a disease and dying from said disease if you're in a city, which is urban/suburban. And famine, because there's not a lot of food. You're trapped. When all this stuff goes down, Esau is going to siege these cities. What is a siege? When you cut off access from in and out of a urban or suburban area. That's what a siege is. You cannot siege a rural area. You can siege a suburban urban area for sure. When the siege happens, which roadblocks, right? Blocking off the highways, streets, all that. When that happens, how are these people going to get food? Of course, they're going to eat rats, they're going to eat raccoons, pigeons, all those. They're going to eat each other, right? Cannibals. But how long is that going to last? That's not something you can do for years or even months. That's not going to last. That's short-lived. So people are going to starve. People are mainly going to starve to death and die from diseases in these cities. And in the field, in the rural areas, it'll be more like a Mad Max where people are just killing each other for fun, survival, a mix of both, some other stuff, right? And then, of course, the elect, in either setting, the elect are going to be able to make it through. Spiritual power, the Elohim, right? Michael, the archangel coming down. So the elect, no matter where the elect are, they're going to be able to make it through this. Verse 16, but they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning every one for his iniquity. So the elect are going to make it through these horrors, this catastrophic madness that's about to come on this earth. The elect are going to be able to endure it through faith and works, because that's what this boils down to. It's faith and works. Let's get that. Escape. Esdras laid it down beautifully. 2 Esdras 9 and 7. Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So you're not going to be able to make it